Super cyclonic storm Amphan is a tropical cyclone over Bay of Bengal which will be landing somewhere near the Sundarban area between tomorrow afternoon and evening. It is also the first super cyclonic storm in the Bay of Bengal since 1999 Odisha cyclone. IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, is constantly updating the country about the risk assessment posed by the supercyclone, whereas NDRF, the National Disaster Response Force, is credited with handling the response management for such natural disasters. Today, we'll be talking to the Director General of the Indian Meteorological Department, Dr. Mrutunjay Mohapatra, and the Director General of NDRF. The first question is for you, Dr. Mohapatra. What is the latest update that you would like to share with our listeners regarding the cyclone Amphan?
The super cyclone Amphan is centered over west central Bay of Bengal, about 400 kilometers south of Paradip, and it is moving north-northeastwards. We are expecting that this cyclone will move north-northeastwards and cross West Bengal, Bangladesh coast, between Digha in West Bengal and Hatia Island in Bangladesh, close to Sundarbans. While hitting the coast, the wind speed due to the cyclone will be 155 to 165 kilometers per hour, crossing to 185 kilometers per hour. This wind speed is very high and it is damaging in nature. It can cause large-scale and extensive damage in South and North 24 Pargana, along with East Midnapur districts of West Bengal. We are also expecting 110 to 120 km per hour, crossing to 135 km per hour wind speed over Kolkata, Howrah, and Hooghly districts of West Bengal. So this wind also has got the potential to cause the damages to the structure. So we are expecting, therefore, uprooting of trees, large trees in these districts, and also we are expecting the disruption of rail and road traffic. There can be widespread damage to the shelter houses, in houses, guest houses. There can be even damage to old structures. There will be uprooting and bending of telephone poles and electric poles. In addition to this wind impact, also there will be storm surge or tidal wave above the astronomical tide of height of about 4 to 5 meters. It will inundate the low-lying areas of South and North 24 Pargana during time of landfall. In East Midnapur districts, there will be tidal waves of about 3 to 4 meters. These tidal waves are saline in nature. They will have impact on the drinking water. They will have impact on soil. They will impact on the stunning crops and agriculture. In addition to this, we are expecting also heavy to extremely heavy rainfall over the districts of West Bengal. When rainfall exceeds 20 centimeters, it is called extremely heavy rainfall. So, therefore, you will have multi-hazard scenario when the cyclone crosses West Bengal and Bangladesh coast because of heavy rainfall, wind, and storm surges. Comparatively, this impact over North Odisha will be less. We are expecting maximum speed of 110 to 120 km/h, gusting 135 km/h over the coastal districts of Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapara, Bhadrak, and Balasore when the cyclone will be moving parallel to this coast and close to North Odisha coast.
Mr. Pradhan, can we hear from you on the preparedness that has been ensured by the NDRF to mitigate the effects of the supercyclone?
In the cyclone Amphan, the NDRF teams have been deployed. The status right now is it is still a supercyclone and it is in winds in excess of 250 kilometers per hour in the high seas. By the time it makes landfall, it might convert into an extremely severe cyclone, but that also will be on the same level as Phony cyclone. So the damage potential remains, and that is massive. Especially kacha houses of asbestos or hay or tin roofs, then the electric poles, the telecom poles, and other infrastructure may get damaged, specifically in the landfall districts which are in West Bengal. As far as Odisha is concerned, it is brushing the coast of Odisha and the northeastern districts like Balasore, Bhadrak, Mayurbhanj, Jajpur, etc. will be affected, along with some impact in the southern part, the central districts like Khurda and Puri and Jajpur and Jagatsinghpur and Kendrapada. But the damage potential cannot be minimized. It is still there, so there has to be full evacuation and other efforts on part of the state government, which are the first responders, so to say, and we will be helping from the state from the NDRF side, and our teams are on ground. In West Bengal, there are going to be 21 teams deployed actually, and 3 teams to 4 teams on standby. In Odisha, there will be 15 teams deployed and 5 teams on standby. They are all already working on ground. They are doing the awareness campaign, helping in the evacuation process, and they will be there till required.
Dr. Mohapatra, you are also known as the cyclone man of the country for your knowledge of handling such natural disasters. How do you assess the government's response in handling the super cyclone so far?
The entire central and state machinery are working together, including today's meeting. The NCMC has met thrice, and also there has been review by Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Home Minister on these tropical cyclones. So therefore, all actions have been taken at the central and state government level to minimize the loss of lives and properties.
Mr. Pradhan, how do you assess the response management by the government and the 3 meetings of the National Crisis Management Committee?
The Government of India has attached highest importance and highest priority to this phenomenon developing in the Bay of Bengal. And it is a historical thing of sorts that on the same day, yesterday, 18th May, the Prime Minister reviewed the situation, the Home Minister reviewed the situation, and the Cabinet Secretary held the NCMC meeting, which it was again followed up today. In 2 days, there are 2 NCMC meetings back to back. So you can see the absolute massive importance being attached by the Government of India. And all these agencies have been pressed into service, whether it is NDRF, whether it is Telecom Department, the Power Ministry, everybody, Shipping Ministry, everybody is on the toes and they are working 24/7 for this. So it is also anticipated and expected that the states also will take this fully seriously, and that they are doing is what we understand. And in the process, the idea is that between the center and the state, we have to save all the lives, if possible, with a 0 casualty report at the end of the cyclone. That would be the desirable result and the deliverable result that all must combine to do. Apart from that, the damage to property, of course, there'll be follow-up action from the Government of India in terms of support, etc. But I think, as I said, the priority has to be the 0 casualty, and that was very much in the agenda when we were discussing at the NCMC today. The Cabinet Secretary took a video conferencing meeting with Chief Secretary Orissa and his team, and Chief Secretary West Bengal and his team, and the preparations were reviewed, and as of now the preparations are on track, except that the evacuation process has begun, and it should be completed well in time by the states.
Some reports have surfaced which says that in the high seas, the speed of the cyclone Amphan may actually cross the speed of even the 1999 Odisha cyclone. What do you have to say, Dr. Mohapatra?
Odisha super cyclone was the most intense cyclone in the recorded history of Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. The wind speed at that time was 260 to 280 kilometers per hour. But in this cyclone, at present, we have the wind speed of 210 to 220 kilometers per hour, gusting 240 kilometers per hour. But however, the wind speed of 155 to 165, gusting 185 kmph, which is being predicted at the time of landfall, is also highly damaging wind. It can cause large-scale damage.
Mr. Pradhan, how do you see this super cyclone when compared to the 1999 Odisha cyclone?
What we understand from the IMD is that even if it is not more than the super cyclone, it is certainly not less. So it is on par, and there is every chance that in the high seas the gust winds may be even more than the super cyclone. But on landing at landfall time tomorrow sometime in the day, in between Digha in West Bengal and the Hatia Island of Bangladesh, it could convert into an extremely severe cyclone. But as I'm flagging it, the extremely severe cyclone is also a very, very dangerous phenomenon, and all the precautions have to be taken by the state.
As the IMD chief, Dr. Mohapatra, what is the advice that you would like to give to the people who are living in the low-lying areas of the coastline and to the people of Bengal and Odisha?
Through you, I want to request the population in West Bengal and Odisha that they should not believe in rumors. They should keep patience. They should listen to All India Radio and other official channels providing the official communication on tropical cyclones. Further, I just want to mention here, though there are different agencies providing tropical cyclones, India Meteorology Department is the nodal agency, and it has proven over the years that our forecast accuracy is second to none in the world. Worldwide, India Meteorology Department has been appreciated because of the accurate forecast in the recent cyclones like Fani, Pailin, Hudud, Bulbul, etc. So therefore, don't believe in rumors. Please follow the official warnings and actions being suggested by the concerned state and central agencies. Please cooperate with the authorities and take actions to minimize the loss of lives and property.
Mr. Pradhan, as the NDRF chief, what is your word of caution for the people of Odisha and Bengal?
I think one of the major things has to be to go to the safer place. If you think your house is not safe, you must go to a safer place. So if your house is thatched, or if your house is a tin roof, if the asbestos roof, if you think for any reason the house is vulnerable, you must go to a safer place without any doubt in your mind, without any second thoughts. As far as those who are in Pakka houses and in safer houses, they should stay indoors is my second advice. And my third advice is that even if there is an emergency, I think they should contact the authorities, not venture out, because this could be dangerous. There could be flying debris, there could be flying, hoardings, there could be flying tin roofs, anything is possible. Although I must give a caveat that in the terms of the natural phenomenon, things can change quickly. So just like it transformed into a super cyclone within a few hours, it could also possibly come down, which cannot be anticipated. So we have to prepare for the worst, and that is what is the message that all the levels, right from the Prime Minister of the country to the Cabinet Secretary to the Home Minister himself, they have been communicating with the Chief Ministers and the Chief Secretaries, and they have been telling them the upshot of all this is, please prepare for the worst. Please prepare for the worst. That is the bottom line. And only then, when we prepare for the worst, we'll be able to deliver effectively.
And before we come to an end of this program, I would like to extend the best of the wishes from All India Radio News to both the IMD and NDRF to help mitigate the effects of the super cyclone. Thank you for joining us.